videos, and social media is just a ever-changing beast. And as business owners, we need to make sure that we are protecting ourselves and our businesses and the reach and the visibility that we get with our content. And so if you want to be able to ensure that your video strategy, if you're using live videos, is going to work for you to its fullest capacity and help you get maximum reach, maximum engagement with your audience, and help you make sales, then stick around for this episode because I'm going to help talk about how to avoid social media killing your visibility and protect your business with live video. So welcome to today's Brilliant New Business Show. I hope you're well. Do comment in if you're here with me live, or if you're watching this on the replay, would love to say hello. So pop in the chat, let me know who you are, where you're watching from, so I can say hello. Love to welcome new members. So I'm streaming this on Facebook and also YouTube. I started out with the show streaming on YouTube and I stopped for a while, and then we're now back to YouTube. And this is part of what I want to talk about today, because things are always changing. And especially after the incident that happened on Monday where Facebook and Instagram went down, then even more so, we need to make sure that we're protecting our business and always ensuring that you're working smart and doing things, you've got a backup, right? So welcome. This is the Brilliant New Business Show. I do a brand new episode every single week. And part of my strategy is what I'm going to be sharing today. And this is what this show is all about. So I do it as a live video. It gets turned into a podcast. It gets turned into a blog post and other things. And this is one of those things that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But also there's something really key that when you're doing live videos, you're always making sure that you're doing certain things. And so I'm going to share that with you today. And in case we're meeting for the first time, just hello, my name's Jenny Stevens, and I help coach and train other home business entrepreneurs who are building their business online and wanting to attract your ideal clients and customers to you using social media, using the power of online marketing. So I help teach you real and practical steps that you can do, and also helping you with the mindset to help you have the confidence and get rid of those doubt devils and limiting beliefs along the way. So welcome. Hello, Janice. Good morning. Nice to see you. So if you are here with me live, this is the cool thing, is we get to interact and say hello. But equally, if you're watching this on the replay, do still chime in, ask any questions, share any nuggets and takeaways that you might get from this episode. So I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. So let's talk about live video for a second, because live video has been around. Maybe I started out with Periscope. So I started my business 7 years ago nearly. And there was no Facebook Live then. There was no Instagram Live. Live video was very new and started out on Periscope, which feels so ancient now. And obviously since then, live video has grown and grown and grown. And the thing is that it has changed. And, you know, once upon a time, you used to be able to just hit go live and you could kind of guarantee that you'd get quite a lot of people either watching live with you or, you know, seeing your live videos. It was the best way to get maximum reach at the time. And the thing is that things have changed. Live video, it's not quite as, you know, amazing as it once was. But I'm not going to be saying, hey, don't do live videos anymore, because they are still a really great way to be able to interact with your audience. Like I use software Be Live, and so I love the fact that I can bring up comments onto the screen. I can have little notes. Like this software is awesome. I'll put a link to this in the show notes for this week for the resources section, because it's fab. I get to do so many cool stuff, but I get to see the comments. I can bring up questions and share it with other people. And I can stream to multiple platforms as well, which is really awesome. And so this is one of the things that I want to talk about today, because it's now not enough to just go live and think that's going to be enough for what I need to be able to build my audience, interact with them and make any kind of offers. So now it's really important to be a bit more strategic and intentional and maximize your efforts. Maximize the hard yarn that you're putting in to create your content ideas, to come up with your topics, to, go live. You want it to be seen the most amount that you can. And this is couple of things that I've noticed. So I've been doing this weekly live show since January 2021. And, I've been testing different things. And certainly I've noticed more recently that the live videos aren't being seen as much. I've noticed in my own Facebook notifications that I don't get notified of some notifications come later. I don't get notified of everything kind of almost straight away. And sometimes I'll go and click on a notification for something else, like whether it's someone's posted in a group or replied to a comment, until like the next day and stuff. So I feel like we can't fully rely on Facebook notifications and stuff to get our posts out there. I don't know whether you've noticed that as well. Let me know if you've noticed a similar thing when maybe you're not getting notified quite as kind of what's the word I'm thinking of? Like when it's time sensitive, are you finding that you're getting things later on? So this is where I'm definitely, for myself as well, and what I want to share with you today is that it's not just enough now. We can't just rely on hit and go live and expect loads of people to show up and join us live or even see the video in the first place. So as I mentioned, it's about protecting yourself, being smart and having a bigger strategy and intention behind it. So one thing that I want to really encourage you to do, if live video is part of your strategy, and I love doing live videos, so I'm certainly not going to stop doing live videos myself. I love doing them because it's live, there's no do-overs. There's no like, you get rid of perfectionism because you have to just sort of perform in a way. You have to you hit live and you're live. You can't just go, oh, that sounded crap and I'm going to stop and do it again. And I find pre-recording videos way harder than doing live videos. So for me personally, I love making live videos my starting point with what I do, because I show up, I've got my set day and time. So every single Thursday at 2:00, I do my live video. It's in my routine now. It's in my schedule. It's part of what I do no matter what. Even if I'm away, I will pre-record. Maybe like once a month, I do an interview with somebody now. And so I tend to pre-record that to give me just a little bit of leeway so I can catch up, or if I'm away or anything like that, which is great. So anyway, so definitely, this isn't to say stop doing live videos, because live videos are awesome. It's amazing to be able to interact with your audience. Like I mentioned earlier, it's great to be able to answer questions. There's something really special if you're watching a live video and, someone brings up your comment or, responds to something that you've mentioned. And it's just nice to have that two-way conversation sometimes. And definitely go and watch and listen to the other episode that I did recently where I talk about how to structure your Facebook lives, because that also really helps you with what I'm also going to share with you today when it comes to getting the most out of it as well. So the things that I really kind of want to encourage you to consider, if you're not doing this already, when it comes to your video strategy, when you're utilizing live video. The biggest thing, and this is going to be the biggest way for you to protect your business and avoid social media kind of being in charge and potentially killing your reach and your engagement, is to lead people to join your email list. Social media has been full of this week, where Facebook and Instagram went down on Monday for however many hours. It was practically all day. And so many people, who also have an email list are like, you've got to build an email list. And it's so true. And I was going to cover this topic today. I planned it last week before I'd even, the outage happened. So it's kind of just good timing that I was going to be talking about this anyway. And we had, the outage where Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp went down. And for those people who are running businesses and they fully rely on those platforms, must have been a bit of a squeaky bum moment. And oh my God, like, how can I communicate with my audience? So an email list is the best way to do that. Social media is distracting, isn't it? You get a notification, a message. You can be watching something or reading something, and something can happen else on Facebook and it takes you away. We're all like that dog in Up, aren't we? Squirrel, and we're off. So leading people to join your email list is so crucial. And email is still the best way for you to get sales, get signups of things that maybe you're doing, and have people take action. It's the best return on investment you can do. And so important, and the best way for you to leverage your time when you can have a list of people that you can send out a message to everybody. It was a game changer in my business. It's a big part of what I specialize in and help people with, is setting that up. So whenever you're doing your videos, give people a call to action, encourage them to, if you want to learn more, sign up for this. I've got this free thing. And you can get it for free. Click on the link below and you can get free access. That's simply how you can do it, is leading people to get on your email list from some kind of free lead magnet, or some kind of free, might be a webinar or a challenge or whatever that you can do. And then once they're on your email list, that's your asset. You own it. So it doesn't matter what happens with social media. If Facebook gets shut down, maybe your account gets blocked, you're put in Facebook jail, or, say that the actual platform goes down, like, so many things could happen. And the problem is, if your whole business is on social media, you are vulnerable. The email list is yours. You can take it with you if your business, so many people that have been hugely successful say, if they lost everything, they had to start again. As long as they've got their email list, they could get back to being, a millionaire kind of thing again. So an email list is key. All roads kind of lead to there. And I've done several episodes on this kind of stuff. So definitely check out the other episodes to, if you're, want to dive into this topic a little bit more, that can go through some of this as well. And I've got a great free resource that I'm going to talk to you about. Excuse me, my phone's ringing. I've got a great free resource that I'm going to tell you about at the end. So just stick around for that and I'll let you know about that in a second. So that's the first thing, is really make sure that you lead people to your email list. The second thing, as I already kind of alluded to, is when it comes to doing a live video, if you can multi-stream to other platforms at once, winner. So that's where I utilize BeLive software. You can also use StreamYard. It's a great way to, again, I'm instantly doubling my visibility, my reach, my ability to find new people, them to find me, to help more people by streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So I used to do it in my business page and in my free group on Facebook. I'm now scrapping the group part and I'm going to go back to streaming on YouTube, because again, it's backup. And part of that was me testing different things. So I encourage you, whatever you're doing, test different platforms. If you love LinkedIn, with BeLive, you can stream live to LinkedIn. I haven't tried that yet. Maybe I'll have to do that one time and see how that goes. But YouTube is obviously, it's a video platform, and I edit my videos and put them up on YouTube anyway. So actually, I'm kind of just saving myself a couple of jobs, and I don't need to do that anymore because it's just going to stream live. So if you can multi-stream to other platforms, then that's going to be a huge bonus for you to, again, double or even triple. BeLive, you can only stream to 2 platforms. You can get the paid version of StreamYard, and you can do 3, I believe. There's things that I love about BeLive that StreamYard can't do. So yeah, I'll put a link to this software in the resources section of the show notes for you if you're interested in having I think you can do a trial and you can try it out. So it's great to be able to do that, to multi-stream to other platforms. Then the third thing, and I talk about this all the time, is repurpose. So reuse your live videos in multiple ways. And again, I've done many episodes on this where I share, parts of my process. I'm actually going to put together, I'm going to do a workshop or something on that soon if there's enough interest for it. But reuse the work that you've done. So as I mentioned, my weekly show, my Brilliantly You business show, I go live once a week and then I repurpose the hell out of it. I turn it into a blog post. Now I strip out the audio from my video and I turn it into a podcast. I just kind of have to edit tiny little pieces if there's anything major, gaps, and I add on my little intro and outro and it's done. Pretty simple. I then can share it to my stories. So people who love looking at the stories feature on Facebook and Instagram can see it there. You can add it to IGTV. You can share it to LinkedIn. You can create little, snippet videos, like smaller videos rather than a long one. There's so many different things that you can do to reuse it in smaller chunks, different modalities, because not everybody likes watching live videos or videos in general. Some people prefer to read. I love creating videos, but my consumption, I like to read as well. It's not always, I don't always like to watch video. It depends on what I'm doing and if I'm able to, put the headphones in and all that kind of stuff. So by reusing things in different modalities means you're then getting even more people to see your content. So again, that one piece of work that you're doing once is going to get maximum exposure and more people that can hear your message and get to know you and get to see your brilliance and your expertise. And then again, if you make that call to action, you can build your list and you can make offers. So you're going to build your revenue and your sales as well. So that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? So it's just important to kind of not have all of your eggs in one basket. It can be easy, though, to be distracted and try to be everywhere. And when you do this kind of process where you're not, because you want to be everywhere, but without the distraction of it, if that makes sense. And so when you can take like one piece of content and turn it into lots of other different little assets that you can share everywhere, it's not like you're doing quadruple the amount of work. Like the video that I turn from this, again, it gets uploaded to YouTube and an IGTV. So that's 3 things already where it's literally just upload. I copy and paste my description. I might need to tweak a couple of little settings, but that's about it. It's very little work. Sharing to stories is like a 2-second job. The creating the blog post is probably the piece that takes the longest. So do what's right for you. But if you can easily share these different assets and things that you've taken from that one piece of work that you've done, you get to be everywhere without overloading yourself. And you don't have to use every little feature of every single platform. So I hope that makes sense. So be everywhere, but keep it simple. Keep it strategic. Use it in a way that is going to help benefit you and your business. Like I say, get your content out there more. Like if you love doing the TikToks and Reels, do your TikTok. You can download it without the watermark and then you can upload it to Reels. Again, that's 2 things there straight away. So there's so many things that you can do on this. It doesn't have to be really, really difficult. You can keep it as simple or make it as complex as you choose to. That's down to you. But the point is that you're protecting your business by being on other places, being on other platforms, building your asset of your email list. So you've always got a way to be able to communicate with your people, with people that have chosen to be there. They like your stuff, they like your style, they want your freebie, and you've got the ability to follow up with them. Yes, there's still going to be, not every single person is going to open your emails and click on things, but again, it's a much safer way. So it doesn't matter what happens to any social media platform, you're always safe. Nobody can ever take away your asset for you, which that's what we want, right? So so definitely kind of think about that. Think about your live videos. And again, I'll put a list of the other episodes that will be really helpful with this topic. So like I mentioned about a couple of weeks ago, I talked about how to structure your Facebook lives that can really help you to repurpose a lot easier when it comes to chopping things up and editing and stuff like that. So I'll put a list of those in the show notes for you. And any resources that will be useful for this topic. So if you've got any questions, pop them for me. I've seen one that I'll come to in a second. So if you just want to let you know, if you want to kind of learn a bit more about how to be a bit more strategic and how to repurpose your content and how to really build that email list and what that looks like and how you can do that for your business so you can create more leverage, then I'm doing a free masterclass in a couple of weeks. So on Tuesday, the 19th of October, I'm doing a free masterclass, which is called the Leveraged Business Accelerator. And I'm going to help show you how you can double your sales without doubling your workload. And specifically, I'm going to share with you my LT3 framework that I created. It's kind of the journey that I've gone through in my business. And it's hugely helped. So I'm going to share that with you on this free masterclass. So I'd love to invite you to that. If you are interested in joining me for that, then there'll be, again, link in the resources section. I'll just bring this up for you. So you can also go to jennystevenscoaching.com/double and you can sign up for that. If you're watching this after when it's happened, there may well be that you can it's kind of on demand and I'll have the replay accessible for people after a little while, or there might be a wait list for the next time. So check around and still click on that link if you are interested, just to see. I'll have something set up for after it's happened live, but we'd love to invite you to that. And I can really help you to create more leverage in your business, more protection. And I'm going to dive into this stuff in a lot more detail to really help you with that. Plus, I'm giving you something really, really special that is going to help you with your mindset and your own kind of trust in yourself, which I haven't done before on this masterclass. So I hope to see you there. So sign up for that. There will be a replay available for those of you that register. So make sure you register, and then you'll be there live if you can, because it's going to be something that is just going to be much more beneficial if you're there live. I know what it's like. We all kind of sign up for things and then we never end up watching the replay. So being there live is going to be the best way that you can actually ensure that you go through it and get the best impact from it. So Janice asked a question then, so can I do the live streaming on Instagram? No, so unfortunately not. You can only do live streams from a phone to Instagram. So, I mean, what I haven't done yet, but it has been something that I've been thinking about, is while I'm doing my live video on my computer, is having my phone on a tripod or something. Like my microphone's got a little phone thing, so I could use that and stream at the same time. The only thing and again, it's something to test out. I just don't like it when people do that, because you're not looking at the camera. So you're kind of looking in two places. So I don't know. I may well try it to see how does it go. It's just not going to be as easy to, keep checking the phone to look for comments and stuff. So, but in terms of Be Live or any of the platforms like StreamYard or any of the live streaming platforms where you can dual stream, Instagram's not an option. It can only be done from a phone, unfortunately. So yeah, for me personally, I'd rather just upload the video as an IGTV, or I'm going to start testing out something else with Instagram when it comes to the show and just trying some things out. And that's the important thing to remember as well. because things change all the time, it's really important to test things that work for you and for your audience and for your business and things that you like to do. So try different things. You know, how I started this show in January, I kept it very simple, and I did this, and I did exactly what I'm doing today. Streamed it to Facebook and to YouTube. I then decided to cut YouTube out and go into my group instead and edit the video and upload it to YouTube. Now I've kind of come back to streaming to YouTube. That's 10 months later. So it's really important, whatever you do in your marketing strategy, if it's videos or anything, to test things, try it out for a decent amount of time and see, how is this going? Evaluate, assess how things are going. And that's something that I'm always doing with this show. And then I'm adding, I'm changing, I'm trying different things. So, you know, you've got to do that as well for your business, so that because it's very easy, isn't it, to kind of just, something works. And so you just stick doing that, which you want to do. But like we know, social media changes all the time. The algorithm changes. You know, people are always talking about hacking the algorithm. Just forget about hacking the algorithm and just be consistent. Keep leading people to join your email list and reusing your content. And you can't really go wrong with that. And as long as you're giving value, as long as you're providing informational, useful, entertaining, whatever content that is going to talk to your people, that they're going to be interested and they like your style, you can't really go wrong. People are going to engage, and Facebook or whatever platform is going to show it to more people. So just keep doing your thing. And that's where part of my LT3 framework comes in, because it really allows you to feel more aligned and feel more confident doing it. So I'm going to share all of that on the masterclass. So definitely join me for that. And I can kind of talk more about it. I don't want to kind of take too long today. And obviously got to save all the good stuff for the actual masterclass. Cool. Let's see who else. Hello, Julie. Nice to see you. Awesome. Yeah. So this is the cool thing about doing live videos. You know, live video, it's not dead, but it's just changed. You just can't rely on it so much to, you know, to just hit that live button and just expect lots of people to come on. There's times where I do my live videos and there's no one here with me. Doesn't matter. I just carry on anyway. But because I know that a lot of people will end up watching the replay. And so that's where it's important to then reuse it and share it. So it doesn't just get lost in that news feed or lost in your, you know, your video albums on Facebook or whatever platform you're doing. You know, maximize it, because you've put in the effort, you've put in the work to create something awesome. So, you know, have as many people see it as possible. And that's just, it's hugely helped me in my business. And so the more that I can share about that with other people, that's what I'm here to do, you know, sharing the things that work, the things that don't, you know, and all the things in between. So I hope this helped. If you do have any questions, if you're watching this or listening to this later on, you can pop them in the chat, or you can connect with me on the social channels, Facebook and Instagram at Jenny Stevens Coaching. Would love to hear from you, and do get yourself signed up for that masterclass. Would love to see you on there. So it's the Leveraged Business Accelerator, and it's all about how to double your sales without doubling your workload. And specifically, I'm going to take you through my LT3 framework that I created. And I'm going to show you what that can do for your business and help you transform your business like it has for mine. So, oh, lovely. Thank you, Janice. That's really sweet. Oh, it's got cut off for some reason. So it's always great day with you. Don't know why that's cut off. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this useful. Do share this with you think anybody else might find it useful. Appreciate any likes and loves and shares. Always appreciated. If you're listening to this on the podcast, do ensure that you subscribe, leave a review, and I look forward to seeing you next week on another episode of the Brilliantly You Business Show. Have an amazing day, everybody. Thank you so much for